Okay, so the other day I did a video on, what could probably be added in the next DLC, and you guys kind of enjoyed it, the way I put the tier list up. In this video, we're going to be doing the same thing, but we're only going to be doing it for cars. So cars we think are going to be added. So the only real information from Rockstar we have is that this DLC is aimed at the car culture, and the fact that they're bringing an underground car meet into the area, so they're bringing some sort of, underground structure where we can park our cars. So I really do think all the cars that are added, most of the cars that are added, are going to be underground themed. They say that it's an underground area where like-minded gearheads can show off their cars, and it also talks about performance and customization. So it's clearly going to be, tunable cars that are, I don't want to spoil the video, but a lot of these cars that I do think are coming are JDM. I actually think that all these cars are coming, so I don't want to get anyone confused. I think all these cars are coming, but it's just the tier list is how likely I think they're going to come. So even in D tier, I think it's going to come, but it's just the least likely, if that makes any sense. And when I refer to a car like, the Legacy, I don't actually mean, a real life Legacy. I mean GTA's interpretation of it, so however they make it. So yeah, hopefully you enjoy the video. Just wanted to get a few things out of the way. Yeah, hopefully you enjoy. Now, fitting into the underground scene very well, and it's a very high chance this will come. I don't want to spoil the tier list, but it's the Evo 6. Now you're probably thinking, why have I got a picture or a video of a Kuruma in the background? And that's because, think of it, driving the Kuruma into Benny's and making it the Kuruma Classic, just the same as we have the Sultan. Now this makes a lot of sense. My friend actually came up with this as the hero. I thought there was going to be Evo 6, and then he also said that, what if you drove the Kuruma into Benny's and you got the Kuruma Classic, which seems very likely, and it would be really cool to see as well. I think with the Sultan Classic, you do have like an Evo 3 type of look if you put all the certain modifications at the front. I actually put this at B tier, so it is mid-range. I do think they're actually going to bring this. Remember, these are all cars that I think are going to bring. The whole tier list is going to be full of cars that I think are going to come. It's just it's placed in a hierarchy of the top one being what I think will be the most likely to come. So yeah, B tier, I do think it is quite likely to come. Okay, so GTA are a bit complicated. How, they add a lot of certain JDM cars like the Celica that they're about to add. They add those and they don't add, legends like the RX-7. But here's a few other legends, the Silvias. Now in this content, I used this content before actually, and I wanted to talk about, the R32, the R33 and the R34 all being merged into one to make the LG Retro. The way they did that, and I was trying to explain that maybe they should do that with the Silvias. That would be so cool. I'm surprised they haven't put the Silvias already in the game. And again, I keep saying it, I'm sorry if I keep repeating myself, but this is a car culture theme meet, an underground meet. I'm expecting to see a Silvia or a variant which involves all three shapes. I am going to put this as C tier. I think they're going to bring it, but I think there's a lot more cars on the priority list before the Silvias. I think there's a few cars that Rockstar rather add than them. Cars that are more, get the views on YouTube or are more popular in real life. And now this is a big one. The ZR380. Now, not the armored version that we all already have and own. I'm talking about the non-armored one. Now, every single video I put or anywhere I announce that, what should they bring or what do you want to see in the new update, there's never been one time where there's not been about 10 comments talking about how there should be an unarmored ZR380, and the hype has still not died down for it as well. Now I do think there's actually a high chance of them bringing the ZR380 because, come on, it's like what everyone's been asking for. Even in the fan requested applications that Rockstar put out, loads of people must have put down the non-armored version of the ZR380. A lot of people must have put it down. So the fact that Rockstar said fan requested stuff and this is a car culture theme, I find it very hard to believe that they won't add it. So it is going in A tier. The reason it's not in S tier is because we requested this for a while now, and why is it not already in the game? Why didn't they bring it in the Cayo Prequel? Why didn't they bring it in one of the casino heist DLCs? I don't know, but it's A tier. Now I've realized that most of this list is like classic cars or, the older cars. And I've not really mentioned anything like the new Supra. And I would be surprised if Rockstar, you know, come out with all these legends and classic cars and not come out with any new car which fits the category of car culture and underground. That's why I think the new Supra may be added. Obviously a version of it. They'll probably make the front end look a lot better than it actually is. Probably make the rear end worse. And it'll be nice to see, you know, a modern JDM car. I think the last modern one was the Sugoi. A lot of people actually love that car, so it would be nice to see it, you know, a Supra and having a rear wheel drive. I just hope it's not stiff and it doesn't have the handling of the Jester Classic, because that car was so cool having, you know, a Mark IV Supra, and then the handling unfortunately made it slightly negative. I'm gonna add the Mark IV Supra to B tier. It seems like the right thing to do, you know, underground culture and you know, car culture but underground themed, and they have to add a modern car, don't they? They can't just have all classic cars, and I've already said that before. And yeah, that's why I picked the Supra at B tier. Here's another one I'm not going to really speak much of again, and it's the Supercar. We all know that GTA bring out a few supercars or hypercars, and there's a common theme when they bring them out, and the theme is basically what is most popular. So if you go on people, you know, like Supercar Blondie's channel or something, you'll see that the top cars that she gets the most views on, they're the type of cars that are added into GTA. So it's common that, you know, GTA are going for the concept cars or the, you know, the prototypes that are getting loads of views. Now something that is getting a load of views is the Koenigsegg Camaro. There has to be a supercar added, really. You know, GTA always add a supercar, hypercar, because they earn a lot of money. But yeah, I think something like the Camaro will be added. And yeah, I'm going to put this at D tier because I definitely think one of these supercars that gets loads of views is going to be added. But I just don't know which one. That's why I'm definitely putting this at D tier. You know, the Camaro just seems like the most likely for me. That's why I'm adding it to this list, and I'm adding it to D tier. Now, if there's the time to introduce the RX-7, it's going to be now in this car culture themed DLC. I mean, if they don't add it, it's going to be so disappointing because... But then again, it's probably going to be like the Cayo Perico where people expected something much more but they never got it. I think a lot of people are with me when I say they have to add this. It's underground themed, it's towards car guys. They've got a Celica, or a Celica, sorry, for Americans. So they're bringing a Celica. And if they don't bring an RX-7, I don't know. At this point, I was expecting this car to be in the game a long time ago. Especially after they brought the Civic out. It has to be time. It has to be time to actually bring the RX-7. And this is actually going at S tier. I just think if it doesn't come, it's going to be so disappointing. It's what we expected. It's underground. I keep saying the theme is underground, but, you know, they have to add it. Yeah, so S tier. So I'm just going to keep this one short. The NSX, I mean, I would love for it to be added. I don't even care if GTA price it at, you know, over 1.5 million, because it is one of the higher end cars in this list. It's what should be added and I think it's going to be added, but I'll have to put it at the lowest tier, which is D. You know, there's loads of reasons why they wouldn't add it. But yeah, just keep remembering that the whole list is full of cars that I actually think are coming. It's just how sure I am of it. Now, another car that might be added is the Camaro ZR1. Now, I'm going to keep this one short. They've got every other, like nearly every other muscle car in the game. They've got the newer Mustangs, the Dominator, which is Dominator GTX. They've got the Hellcat. I'm not a big muscle car guy, but I do really like them. It's just because I live in the UK, you don't really see, or you're never close to any muscle cars really, ever. I am going to list this at D tier. The reason I put it at D tier is because, but it's underground themed, so I'm, you know, again, I'm expecting more of, I'm expecting, you know, this famous type of Need for Speed underground cars, not muscle cars. Now, I don't really say this often, but if you guys could, you got to the end of this video, if you could please subscribe. I am really enjoying making my content now. There was like a year ago, I would say that, you know, I was still enjoying it, but I wasn't I felt like some of my videos was just, you know, forcefully put out. But now I actually feel like I'm enjoying every video. I don't know why I told you that. I don't know why what it's got to do with you subscribing. But yeah, if you could please subscribe, that would be really appreciative. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.